Hello, I appreciate you for being here. This video is to show you how to play Rummikub. Now, for this, I won't be using jokers, just so then you have an understanding of how these cues work. However, for the joker, there are often two within this pile. As you can hear, it's kind of loud, so I'm going to turn them over and then mix them. I'm doing that right now so you don't think I mixed anything up. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be picking up 14 tiles for each of these slots. So often 4 people can play this. For this, I'm not sure if it's ever been done before. I'm going to individually man each Rummikub tray, and then we're going to see how everything lines out. I'm going to try my best to do that without thinking about any of the other trays and the tiles that they will have on there. So let's get to this. These are the newer style of Rummikub tiles, which says they could stack up to 7. The reason why I'm going to be stacking these up to 7, as each tray gets 2 stacks. Doing this just so it's easier to put all the tiles together, and then I will also arrange them in a few different ways. It's over 100 tiles. I'm going to double count as well once all of the tiles are on the trays, just so I'm not cheating any of the trays. Normally you do this with other players. What I realized is if I could provide an all-in-one sort of video, as the joker easily refers to the swap of another tile. But to make things a little bit more challenging in this episode, I'm not going to use a joker at all. Not saying they aren't useful, sometimes they can be a game changer. So we got 1 tray, 2 tray, 3 tray, Good. Alright, now we're going to start setting this up. Hopefully this is the longest part of the game. Probably not, but we're going to do the best that we can. So these tiles, as you see, it's not going to matter because I'm going to see them anyways and you're going to see them anyways. But you're going to do, just going to initially just sort them out. What I do is I often lay out the top numbers. And duplicates I keep together unless I'm pairing something up. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a longer game than I realized. It's okay, as this is something that I used to dominate, and it's only fair to share that capability with others. Alright, so when you're looking at this tile here, the dot, perceive that as a 9, so as if there is a line right there. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That one's all set. Next one. As you may see here in this one, I have 3 12s. Anything that pairs of 3, you can put down. Anything, let's say 9 or 10, 11, 12, yellow, you can put down together. When it comes to starting off, your first move, you have to put out a total of 30 points. Whether it's in the first set of 3, such as 12, 12, 12, or 10, 10, 10, or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whatever it is that you have to put down to equal 30 at the minimum. So then you could start attending to the field or the table when your next turn comes around. So the sooner you start attending to things, the sooner you start clearing out your tray. And whoever wins is the person with no tiles remaining. So if you give yourself some patience in this video, you will thank yourself in dividends later. 13, 14. Okay. To the next bunch. 14. Okay, so everything here has 14. So how this is gonna go is simply put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then repeat. So if, let's say, this tray here, nothing can equal 30, what I do is I just pick up a tile and then I say I'm done. And then going on to the next one, do I have anything here that could be of 30? We do right here. So we're gonna put that down. So because I put that down with this tray, whoever the player is with this tray will be able to put tiles down on other people's tiles from the next time it goes around, in addition to using something on the board if there's an extra with some of the tiles that you have at your disposal. So we're going on, and when you're done, you say done, go over to the next tray. There's nothing there. And then I say done, and then the next one. Okay. No, I don't have enough. Close, but no. So I'm gonna pick one up. I'll say done. Now over here, didn't throw anything down before. Don't have anything again. Pick up. Done. Next. Over here. Just pick one up. Hit done. Next one over here. No help there. Done. 9. Done. Pick up again. Here. Done. Usually you have a minute. There's sometimes a timer with it. It's whatever speed in which you play with other people. Doesn't have to be under a minute in particular. Done. 4. Here. Pick up. Too close. Not done. Pick one up for this. Say done. Over here, we have some options. Fine. Some over here. Do I have anything to put down? Nope. So pick one up. Done. Now I'll be able to in the next turn, as I'll have this 10, 11, 12, and then if I wanted to, I'll explain it when I come back around to that. So I'm looking at this. What do I have to do? I don't really have many options, so I'm just gonna pick one up. Done. Over here, I don't have anything to put down yet. Pick one up. Done. So now what I'm gonna end up doing, when the next time comes around, I'm gonna put those 3 13s down. So then at least that gives me 30, and I'm on the board. So we're gonna hit done. Pick one up. Done. Over here, like I said, put the 10, 11, 12 down. If I want to, I can put the 9 down, or I could just keep it. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll just hold on to that one, as there may be a chance that if I put that down, someone else will pick it up, but I may want to use it for later, depending on what's going on. And this is something to keep in mind for future reference, as you may be able to put that tile down for the next time rather than not having anything to put down, which therefore meant that you would have to pick up. So let's say I saved that 9 for the next time in the event, if nothing else over here that has already had tiles on here, such as this tray, and how it could attend to whatever is open field here. But I'm going to make the choice to stay with it, keep the 9 here, rather than just put it out there right now at the start. So, no, we're done, because that's over 30 points. And then going on to the next tray, still don't have anything done. Sometimes that'll happen. You have a game where you're just basically picking up. Doesn't happen often, but I'd be lying if I said it doesn't happen here and there. So we're going over here to this option. We're gonna put this down, and then we're gonna hit done. And then we're gonna go over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make use of this, and then there's not much I can do in that situation. So other than that, I'm just say I'm done. So now I'll be over here, and even though I can't put down, or I could put down the 9, it's 8 right here. What I could have also done is took that 8 and combined it with these two 8s, since you can have 3 of a pair of the same number. They just have to be a different color. The only time they would be of the same color if let's say there was red 9, 7, 8, 9, it would go along with that. Alright, so we're done. Now, next, is there anything else we could put out that will equal? No, close, but not yet. So we have to pick one up. So I hit done. Let's say we're done. Okay, now we're over here. Let me see, what can we do? Well, I'm just gonna get rid of this, just so I don't have to pick up again. And then I'll look out there and see if there's anything I can make use of. No. Happens. Actually, you know what? There you go. Making use of this time. Alright, and just so we're not going over time, we're just going to say done. So now we're over here. So we'll say we're done with that tray. Now we're over here. We're good on this side for this side. So now we're coming over here. Do we have anything that equals 30 of a set? We're close to it, but not there yet. So we have to pick up another one. We'll say done. Now we'll be able to go out. At 10, 11, 12, it's going to be of use. And I'm able to even throw down the 9 just to start getting rid of some tiles. As for this tray, the comeback is going to begin. For the rest, they just kind of go according as is. So we'll say done for over here for now. Now we're going to go over here. Yeah, so I'll say done for now. Then I'll go over to this one. See if there's anything we can do. Doesn't look like it, so we are going to pick one up. Hit done. Now, if that black 10 is still available, I'm going to pair it with these two just to get rid of those So now we're over here. Is there anything we could do? Nothing really, so we're just gonna say pick up one and we'll say done. Onto this one over here. This is when it's gonna get fun. Pull these back so you can see more. Say done. So notice how I only put out tiles here and I didn't add on to anything else. That's because I was still waiting to hit 30 to put stuff out before attending to other one's stuff. So now when it comes back around, I will see what's going on out here in this table. So over here, now we start scanning the field and proximity of what I can do with what I have. Not really much, so I'm just gonna pick one up and then I'll say done. Over here, just so happens that these are available. So we're done. What I'll do, what helps is I'll just take, if I only have a few tiles left, put them on the top just to kind of give them that space. Now we're over here. I have to take this 10, put that there. This one. That's just what that is for that now. So we'll say done. Put that over there. And then we will So let's say done for this. Now we're over here. End our turn, so say done, or actually, hold on, put that right there, just to have it out there. It's one less thing to have. Alright, we're done. Words over here. Much we could do, so we're just gonna have to pick one up. done. Over here. We're done. So now we're over here. Next one. Sometimes you have to unravel what seemed like one move in order just to get out one or two tiles. That does happen. And we are done. So I know that was kind of a longer move than usual. That happens. And I could have put down the black 13 over there, which I probably will for the next one. Alright, over here, let's see what we can do. Sometimes it feels like you have to really fetch just for something to potentially be of a thing. And sometimes though you just gotta take a tile and keep it going. So say done over here. Take this 8 out there. This 7, that'll help for sure. Open up some stuff. So say we're done with this tray. Now we're over at this tray. much I can do with the remaining of that for now, so I'll just say I'm done with this. Now I'll move on to this tray. I did mention about putting this over here. This is almost what it seems like is a far-fetched moment. All of that just to do that. Just so then I could pull this 12 to put this 13. And sometimes that could seem a little ridiculous. However, that's just how some moves are. And I'm done. So now we're over onto this tray. What's funny is how I'm not playing towards the specifics of any tray winning in particular, but what I realized is somehow they all sort of have the similar tiles that everybody needs. So it's all about everyone somehow working in collaboration, otherwise the game won't ever finish. And I understand the game has been going on a little bit longer than you may have anticipated. I'm low-key trying to do is get access to the yellow 4 or the red 4. You know, if I was to do that, I would have to make some wild connections. So this is when a jam happens. You put yourself in a situation where now you're like, okay, what is it that I have to do to get myself out of this situation? And the answer is just be patient. And sometimes things find themselves manage to come together. Now the real question is going to be what to do with this 2. So in a sense, it's almost like I played myself. So how would I have to reverse this situation so then it doesn't look so much as a mess? The real answer is basically to undo every single thing in which I just done. So it's like I ruined the game just now, being 90% of the way there. So we will try to undo this. So I also wanted to isolate that forward, put it to work. And this one, I'm not sure where I get it from, but I'll just take it with me, and I'll just pick up a tile and call it done. There's only one tile left in the tray. They do much more out there. Because if I was to try and get rid of this one, I have to send the 2 over. If I send that 2 over, I have to do something with put the red in there, but then what do you do with the black 2? So there's nothing really to connect it with. And I'll just be sort of in a similar situation to that of the previous tray's turn. So we're going to say done, and then we're going to go over to the next tray. While there can definitely seem like some frustration in this moment, it's important to maintain your composure. So there's nothing here that I really see I can make use of. So for now, I'm just going to pick one up and call it done. Done. Here. This is when a joker would definitely come in handy. That's just the reality of the situation. Where we're not using it for this game, but it's a reminder of how nice it can be at times when you are in the midst of a crunch. So we're just gonna pick one up, call it done. Next. Anything we do? No. Good one, done. Anything we could do here? Yeah, we could add this 6. We're just gonna done with that over here. which we could do here, so we're just gonna, actually, you know what, hold on. Alright, we're done. Now it's this tray's turn, the first tray. Just pick one up. Done. I didn't technically have to, I could have just thrown down this blue 12 over there, but it's alright. The more ones we accumulate, just like that, I have some ones ready to go that will help get other things set up if things go around that far. Okay, so now we have 1, 4 there. See, if there was a black 3, then I would find a way to connect that with the 2, and then find ways to transfer over the 1s. But I can't, so that was the best I could do with that situation. So for now, I'm done. Alright, I'm done. Done, and then over on to this one. Done. Back over here. So if you want to keep going, yeah, you have to be mindful of other people's time, but also looking to see what you can do out there to springboard yourself to being finished. Alright, so we're done. On to the last one. Last one, that's it. Empty tray. That was the first one to be done. So put that one to the side. We'll finish these 3 right now as well. So that was first. Let's see who finishes second. So now we're on this tray over here. That'll be good because we have some 5s there laid out. So we'll say done. Going on to the next set. We're done. So the one tray has 1 tile left. other tray has 4 tiles left. And then this tray in front has 6 tiles left. Best believe I'm trying to make this count as much as I can. I want to keep going, but for the sake of time and the other trays, if they were players, we're going to go on to the next one. So we're going to say done, now we're on to the next one. Done for now. And it just so happens this one here. So technically player 4 is finished. Now it's just between these two. It's almost like there's no real option for this red 5. So when we say done, this last tray only has one more. You see what that is? Just so happens to be a blue 5. And how that blue 5 could have complemented this red 5, as I would have found another one to pair with it somewhere along the way. Well, that's it for you. So I appreciate you for being here, and I hope you learned something from this. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Other than that, welcome to the Rummikub community.